It's going to be a busy week when it comes to the weather.
Yeah, we got several waves of this week too that potentially could be coming our way.
Yeah, we have a lot of chances of rain and storms this week, and not every day we're going to have severe weather, but we do have the chances of seeing some severe storms. In fact, right now we do have storms that are clearly over the Rockies. There's a lot going on out there, but we've also had some thunderstorms that have popped up over the Texas Panhandle. We expected that, but right now it's kind of up in the air if they're actually going to make it into western Oklahoma. Overall chances, they're going to be pretty low. But in fact, even some of those storms that were just south of Canadian, they're weakening quite a bit as they move off to the east. They've lost the lightning strikes. You can see the Vills, they're coming down quite a bit. So the strength of those, not very good right now. So in the meantime, things are pretty quiet for most of us. This is our Blanchard camera, part of our Lucky Star Sky Chem network. Lots of sunshine out today, 88 degrees, a south wind right now at 14 miles an hour. We've got upper 80s and low 90s across north, upper 80s, low 90s across central Oklahoma, and some low to even some mid 90s still showing up along the Red River with that south to southwest wind between about 15 to 25 miles an hour. A little less wind in eastern Oklahoma and a little bit more out to the west. But the big picture just kind of showing much of the country pretty quiet. The exception, of course, being with the heating of the day, the showers and storms that have increased over the Rockies and a couple of severe storms that have showed up here and there, but generally not a terribly active day. But the pattern itself is going to become a little bit more active while we have several chances of rain and storms, so several waves. But the first wave moving in as we get into tonight and into tomorrow. So I do expect rain and storm chances to increase overnight, but I think the severe threat, that's going to be pretty much confined to during the day tomorrow and into the evening. Wednesday in the afternoon and evening, it looks pretty dry, but as we get back into Thursday and Friday, here comes the next wave. So we do see the return of storm chances right now on Saturday. The main upper level jet, okay, that's going to be pretty much right overhead. We've got the dry line that's going to move into parts of western and central Oklahoma, so all severe weather threats will be a possibility, but we're going to have to fine-tune this as we get a little bit closer. Some of the data showing that by then, most of the storms would be in far eastern Oklahoma, but some data is still showing there's at least a chance that we do still have some of that in the metro. So we're going to have to watch that very closely. The one thing's for sure, after that moves out of here, the fall air does come back. Looks like at least for Sunday, temperatures will be dropping back down into the 70s, so just in time for the last day of the fair. But for this evening, I think most of us stay pretty quiet. We're going to continue to watch the storms in the Texas Panhandle because there is a low chance that some of those do make it into far western Oklahoma. And if they do, there is a low threat that they could produce up to quarter-size hail wind gust up to about 60 miles an hour. But overnight tonight and into tomorrow morning, as that wave moves across the state, I think well after midnight, probably between about 4 or 5 o'clock or so, we're going to start to see some scattered showers and storms pop up basically in north central, central, and possibly south central Oklahoma as well, as temperatures drop down into the low to mid 60s, but some upper 60s, some low 70s showing up across the south and southwest. Tomorrow afternoon, I still think we make it back into the upper 80s. Today, we did hit 90 degrees, by the way. Another 91, though, in Tulsa, 91 tomorrow in McAllister, 90 in Ada, the low 90s to mid 90s across the west and southwest. But tomorrow afternoon, starting at about 2 o'clock, or really even 1 o'clock, we're expecting at least some showers and storms to get going out to the west. But they're going to be quickly moving off to the east. So about 2 o'clock, that's when that threat for severe weather will start to go up. But all of central Oklahoma, we have a really good chance of seeing some scattered showers and thunderstorms with the threat that they could become severe. We're talking up to golf ball size hail, wind gusts between about 60 to as much as around 75 miles an hour. Where we could see up to golf ball size hail, that does include the metro, so central, south central Oklahoma, but that would be very isolated if we do get that. And wind gusts, kind of the same area. We're talking anywhere between about 60 to as much as around 75 miles an hour, but a 75-mile-an-hour wind gust, again, I think that would be a little bit more isolated. By the time we get into tomorrow night into Wednesday morning, eventually everything's going to move off to the east, but by Wednesday morning, there's still a chance that we at least have some lingering showers and storms, but I think this severe threat will be well off to the east as well. Wednesday afternoon, though, does look dry. I think we're going to start to work in some more sunshine during the day, so we're going to be back to about 85 degrees in Oklahoma City, 76 though in Ponca City, about 83 in Woodward, 90 in Hobart, 92 in Altus, about 93 Wednesday afternoon in Lawton. By Thursday, we're still going to have a south wind. It's going to be picking up a little bit more with the approach of our next wave. So about 85 in Oklahoma City, 80 in Ponca City, the upper 80s and low 90s across the south with another chance of rain and storms. Right now, about a 60% chance here in Oklahoma City. The chance does look a little bit greater in the far east and just a little bit less in the northwest, while on the backside of that in the Panhandle, there's a higher chance of rain and storms. storms. But as we get into Saturday, that is when fall does arrive, and that's when that stronger cold front is going to be moving through as well. So behind that front, temperatures drop down into the upper 70s, at least temporarily, for the end of the weekend.
We'll take that. All right,
Yeah.
Cassie, thanks.
We're already deciding that Sunday's the day to go to the fair now with those temperatures.
The best day, yes, for sure.